Hey guys, welcome back. Jerry once again up here at Hilltop Firearms Training Center, Dover, Tennessee. Thanks for watching. In the early 1990s, I started going to as many shooting schools as I possibly could. That's basically what I spent my money on. I would sell guns from my collection to go and attend a shooting school. Well, this past weekend, June 24th and 25th, I attended a two-day course taught by, in my opinion, one of the best instructors I have ever trained under. Now, because the way social media is, I'm not going to mention the name, okay? I do that out of respect for the instructor because some people, the way it is on social media, you can't please everybody. So I'm going to leave that out of the equation, okay? You can probably figure out who I train with. But anyway, I learned a long time ago that you have to be open-minded. You have to be willing to adapt and evolve as trends come and go. And what I mean is, there's a lot of things I've seen over the years. Some new radical instructor would introduce during a course, and for a little while everybody thought it was the greatest thing. Well, attending this two-day course really sort of made me take a step back and reanalyze a lot of the things that I have been teaching. Now, I will be the first to admit, in over 20 years of going to schools and being the student, both in the private and also law enforcement capacity, I never felt like I was a know-it-all. I never, to this day, when people come up, training for me and the information that I try to pass on to the people that are coming up here, I try to be a very adaptable and also avoid that one-size-fits-all thing, okay? I've been to schools, $500 schools that teach it's this way or no way, and we're right and everybody else is wrong. Well, I don't believe that, and I feel like the moment you reach that point, you need to really stop and rethink a lot of things. So I guess what inspired me most to do this video was, it's a very simple thing. Something that I had been taught for so long, it was sort of just stripped away and completely proven time and time and time again during that day how what I was told doesn't have to be that way. And what I'm talking about is how to clear a particular type of malfunction. Now, I did a video a few years ago, and I'm going to post a link below, you can check it out, and I really tried to go in as very detailed as possible on the three types. Now, there's more types of malfunctions when you deal with a semi-automatic pistol, but this is talking about a type 3. The type 3 malfunction is basically what they like to call a double feed. You have one round going in the chamber, another round trying to go in that same spot. You have tension from the magazine, you have tension from the slide, and what we've been taught for so long, when the tap and the rack doesn't work, then you proceed to go into this. Now, I'm going to grab a handgun and some dummy rounds to kind of show you. I'm going to probably reposition the camera slightly, but I want you to see what I'm talking about, and then I'm going to prove how what I had been doing for so long was completely just wiped away. I was like, oh, so I've been doing it wrong all these years. Stand by. Okay, let's talk about the double feed. Type 3 malfunction. I have an empty Canic TP9 SF Elite. I have one safety round. I'm going to put it into the chamber. In the magazine, I have another training round. Mag goes into the pistol. I release the tension. Now, as you can tell, you've got several things going on. Pressure from the slide, pressure from the magazine. You've got a lot of things going on. So here is what has been taught for so many years. This is where my mind was blown, because for a very long time, I didn't question it. I did what the instructor told me. And about 15 years into it, I'm sitting here going, why didn't I ever even think outside the box? So, you get a double feed. Now, we know tap and rack will not clear it. Now, if you want to see the tap and the rack and the type 1 and type 2 malfunction, check out the video. There's tons of videos of a lot bigger names doing this than me, but if you want to see it, I posted a link below. Check that out. So if the tap and the rack doesn't work, I have been taught for the longest time, you either, depending on the pistol, you can either strip the magazine out, if it allows you to, because there's a lot of tension, but it will, or take the tension off the slide, lock it to the rear, pull the magazine out, rack, 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 rack. Magazine back in, re-rack, bang. Alright guys, eyes and ears. We're fixing to go live, and I'm about to show you what we're about to do to clear the Type 3 double feed. Now, before I go on, just to let you know, behind the camera, directly behind where I will be pointing the gun, large berm. This is my range. I'm the only one up here. 20 acres, all is good. So, I know how sometimes social media can make things look a little different than what they really are. Once again, pistol locked to the rear. I do have live rounds in the pistol's magazine. I have one safety trainer. Into the chamber it goes. Magazine goes into the mag well. I release the slide, let it lock her up. Simply strip the mag out. Mag goes back in. Re-rack. So that's the Canik TP9 SF Elite. Excellent handgun, by the way. My ever-present Glock 19. We're going to do it again. Mag out. Mag in. Rack. Okay, so what about you 1911 guys? Single stack, single action 1911s. Greatest gun ever made. Okay, same thing. Will it work with these? Yes, it will. Safety trainer. Wilson mag. Now, will it be a little different? The way the gun is shaped? Slightly, but it's the same thing. Bring it up. Mag out. Gotta grab it though. There we go. Mag in. Okay, so say you run a SIG 226, a Beretta M9, CZ75, right? Single double action pistols. Will it work with those? Dug this out of the old gun safe, my dad's 1990s era brick, the Ruger P90 in 45 ACP. Does it still work? Yes, it does. Let me grab my safety trainer. Slides locked to the rear. This gun was really made famous in that movie Desperado. Okay, and True Lies. Ease it forward. Single double action pistol. We got decockers, we got hammers, we got all kinds of different things happening, right? Same thing. I get nothing. Tap, rack, strip the mag out, mag in, re-rack. Alright guys, that wraps it up for today. What are your thoughts on how to clear the Type 3 malfunction? Don't you agree that what I was just trying to show you is a lot less motion? Pull the mag out, put the mag immediately back in, re-rack the slide, bang. I'm quite disappointed in myself because for the better part of 20 years I've done it the way the instructors told me, and I never ventured outside that. And I feel like maybe I should have thought a little more for myself, because sometimes I feel like some of the instructors out there will teach a certain method and it's their way or no way. And honestly, now unless you're doing something silly or unsafe, sometimes think outside that box. I merely have tried in the past 10 years of running my own school to merely pass on what I felt was the best things that I had learned. Well, this totally kind of blew my mind. I will change my way of teaching just on this particular method of clearing a gun that has a double feed. It is, to me, more effective and it's faster. There's less stuff you have to do when the stress and things are going wrong. Why would you not teach that? I'm grateful that I had such an amazing instructor come up and teach this to me and the rest of us this weekend. Keep your mind open. Avoid, I'll tell you this from advice, avoid the fashionable trends in firearms training. 10 years ago, I went to a school, and they're very much bigger now than they ever were, but They were teaching one particular method, and I tried it for a while, and wasn't long after they quickly changed their mind and said, okay, yeah, we were doing this and it's silly, don't do that anymore. Do what's safe, do what works. Listen to people that do this stuff for a living and learn from them. Be like a sponge. That's what I try to do. Absorb the knowledge as best you can and then pass that on to whom you decide to help. Guys, I do thank you for watching. I'll see you on the range.